So I think that I'm considered a felony right now because I got gas like 4 or 5 days ago, right? And Sheetz, it's like a local I guess gas company or whatever their name is. They have not taken out money out of my bank account yet, so I technically have free gas. So I'm just waiting for the government to come by and pick me up and take me to jail. So I may or may not be on next week, depending on how this whole gas situation works out. I don't know yet, and I'm a little scared. Have you guys ever been in a situation before?
No. What are you
No,
saying?
but that's a great way to start 2017.
Yeah, this is a bad way to start 2017. I have free gas apparently. I haven't been charged for it, and I'm terrified that I'm going to go to jail. This is not okay.
Me and Scott will bail you out.
Oh, sweet. With all that YouTube cash.
You know it, dude.
It's not coming from our end of the spectrum. Mm-hmm.
I think Nathaniel has some. I'll pay Nathaniel back.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
What is?
Oh, what is?
Can you hear
What
it
is
still?
that sound?
It's a chicken.
Wow.
What?
Hold on. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
That was weird. That was
Oh, okay, it stopped.
that was
I
unexpected.
was-
Okay, so
I was legitimately
So-
scared.
So I was fiddling with this toy chicken in my hand while we were talking, and it's one of those it's like this weird pulley chicken. You pull on its legs and you can fling it. And I just found out it has a voice box inside the toy, and it went off.
Wow.
Oh, only the most professionalism for all of our listeners.
Professionalistism.
Now I'm playing with something that's made out of metal, so I don't think it'll make a noise.
Yeah,
So,
well, I can't trust
we're
your
good
judgment now. Well, this has been a great start to the first episode of the Digicast in 2017. We're gonna get so big. We're gonna get so big this year, guys. We're gonna get crazy large in more ways than one.
Oh my gosh.
So-
I'm so excited.
Oh, I bet you're excited. I mean, you sound like you're excited for your game, though. So tell all the listeners, give us all the juicy, hot updates from Scott Free Capital.
I just can't even right now. I've been writing code for many hours today. So I was telling you before we started recording, I started at like 10 o'clock and I've been working on procedural terrain stuff, like Minecraft, except way cooler because it's not like all cubey and dumb and stuff. I don't know. Minecraft is all right. I'm gonna make every Minecraft player listening angry right now. But yeah, I'm
Scott,
just
we only have like 1,000 viewers per episode. Don't scare everyone away.
I know, and probably like 300 of those are Minecraft players at some point in their lives.
Probably more.
including me.
Yeah, probably. So, but anyway, no, I've been working on just the procedural terrain and the options so that you can customize your controls, and so all of that's dynamic now, which it wasn't before. And I finished a little animation, and so like all the little dudes that run around and like collect the little prototyped resources, which currently look terrible because they're just like primitive shapes, like capsules and like boxy looking boxes and that sort of thing.
I can't wait for whenever your game comes out, and I'm gonna be one of the featured quotes in the trailer, and I'll be like, this game has the boxiest boxes you have ever seen.
No, the boxes are going away actually. So
Aw.
don't worry about the boxes. The boxes will be gone in the finished product. They're just there for prototyping purposes right now.
Isn't that the end thing though? Is to have low polygonal counts on your game? Like, isn't that the cool thing to do on the Steam?
I feel like that's an obligatory thing for like indies to do, and yeah, like a lot of Steam games will do that. But honestly, I think the reason so many games do that, and the reason so many indie games do like pixel art, is because they simply don't want to do anything more than that because they feel like it's too overwhelming to try something different. But I mean, admittedly,
I was just making a funny, but you definitely answered that seriously.
I
definitely agree with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think about it a lot, and I thought about it a lot going into this, but unfortunately, I'm kind of like punching myself in the face about it because not literally, of course, but because I'm probably just going to like purchase some assets and throw them in at some point, seeing as how I did a little bit of 3D modeling already, and it takes a horrendous amount of time. So all those indie developers are probably right. It probably takes too much time, and that's why you should just have everything be boxes and pixel art, essentially.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, to get your game out in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, I'm sure you have to have like a team of just dedicated artists.
Yeah.
And I don't know like your situation, but I mean, it's either purchase Unity assets and use what you can, or change up what you can, or hire a team of dedicated developers. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm having
Dude, if
so
you need an
much
artist,
fun with
I
it,
can
though.
hook you up.
What's that?
If you need an artist, I can hook you up with somebody. He does a lot. He does pixel art, drawings, cartoon. Like he can do a lot of different things. So just talk about that after the podcast. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been like bouncing around different ideas for people to work with and kind of what I'm looking for. I'll shout if I need help, but right now it's just going to be me for a little while. But I'll be working on this. Like the difference between how I used to work on this. I used to work on this anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours every weekend, and lately, now that I have time, I'm working on it like some number of hours almost every single day. So the progress is just going to explode for this year, and I'm so excited about it.
And when he means
That's
he'll
great.
shout about it, since he's a poor, starving artist, he'll literally stand on top of his house and shout at you because he won't be able to afford his phone bill.
Pretty much, and that probably also means I won't be able to afford to pay whatever artist it is that's going to work with me. So, yeah,
That's
there you
okay, because all art should be free. Haven't you heard? You're not supposed to pay for art. How dare you?
go. I hear the game is supposed to be free too, because people aren't supposed to be paying for games like these days, apparently.
Yeah, games, no, they're free. Everything is about ad revenue, but people don't understand that that's how companies get paid.
Somebody has to buy
So-
something eventually. I mean, even the
Yeah,
advertisers have to
Nintendo
sell a
didn't
product
release Super Mario
eventually.
Run for free out of the goodness of their hearts.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. So that leads into our
They
first
didn't
topic.
release it.
Master segue.
Oh, sorry, Nathaniel, what were you going to say?
Well, I mean, it's technically not a free game. There's the demo, but if you want the full thing, you have to pay $10.
I know, and it's
Yeah,
a travesty.
I think it'd be So, I guess to kind of start this topic off, so I've made a few videos on Mario Run, and the biggest thing that I've seen people complaining about is the price, $10. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but in the mobile market, $10 actually is kind of a lot for a phone game. I mean, most phone games are free or $1 or heck $3, $5 if they're feeling really extravagant. But $10 is a pretty big asking price.
Or if you're
But-
Square Enix, you charge $15 for like 20-year-old games.
$10
I-
is not a lot. Personally, I don't care if it's a mobile game, but part of the problem is nobody knows what a demo is anymore. Like demos are like a thing of like the 90s or maybe the early 2000s. Like these days in the year 2017, we don't have demos anymore.
Yeah, it's all just free to play.
It's either
So,
it's either free to play
yeah.
with microtransactions, or it's like usually like 20-25 bucks for like an indie game, and then it's usually like $50 or $60 for a AAA title. Like that's kind of how it's done.
You know, maybe Nintendo was thinking about taking Mario Run into the free-to-play market instead.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think they wanted their game to be filled with ads, because I think it would have. Their mindset might have been, okay, if we have ads in our game, it's going to take away from the genuine Mario experience. You know, you buy the game once, that's it. All you ever see when you're playing the game is Mario. You don't have to see ads on the bottom or like popping up or anything like that. So maybe that was their idea. You just buy it once, you never have to pay for anything else ever again. But clearly that's been a problem. From what I've seen, only like less than 10% of the people that have tried the demo have actually purchased the full game, which
Yeah, it's like
isn't
less than
very
2%.
high. Really, less than 2%. Wow.
Yeah,
That's not good.
They lower. I think it's got lowered to like 1 to 2% buying it. But I mean, I agree with both of you,
Jeez.
because I don't want the price to dedicate or to determine the quality. I've never agreed with that. My thing is $10 is too much for me whenever I have 3 ideas thrown into one game and they're all kind of half baked in my opinion. Like what's there is good, but it seems like 3 different games crammed into one. And I honestly, like, there definitely is free to play elements there. I mean, there's remnants with like the Toad tickets and things like that that probably were meant for free to play and made their way into a purchase game, and some that seems odd in my opinion. I'm not like pissed off about it or anything. I haven't bought the game. I've replayed the same 4 levels about 30 or 40 times collecting all the coins. So I've been happy with those. I have not bought the game yet because I am an Android user and Nintendo hates me. So,
But
yeah.
Well, you can pre-order on Android.
Yeah, they have the
now.
pre-registration open for Android now, so you can.
So-
I heard
it's pretty
about
quick.
that. Yay!
Yeah, but
I mean, anyway, like I agree with everyone on this because I don't necessarily think that this game definitely shouldn't be free to play. I don't want Nintendo to stoop so low to that and shove ads every like 5 minutes you're playing into it. Just don't, please God, don't do that. But $10, that's a lot. I would way rather than take out the Kingdom Builder shit and just have more levels to play. That, in my opinion, would have made it way more worth it. Like, beef out the experience or just take out half the other stuff I don't care about and just have the levels and make it like $5. I would much rather have that.
Well, me and Scott have both played the game for several hours, and
Yeah.
I would say the game is worth $5. I don't think it's worth 10. It's a little too much.
I must
for
I
what
must
it
be the
offers.
only one here that is just not at all bothered by the $10 price. Like I just it
I mean, to be
Well,
honest, it's probably because you're a
like,
game developer.
I mean maybe,
I'm
but
sure that
Personally-
has something to do with it.
yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, the $10 price really isn't that high, but looking at it objectively with the rest of the mobile market, that is very high for a mobile game.
Well, because I think about it in terms of look at all these other tons and thousands of games I can get for $10, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I mean, I can buy Super Meat Boy for that, or I can buy
Yeah.
the plethora of used games at GameStop that are $10 or less.
Well, Super Meat Boy
That's what I
periodically
think
goes
about.
on sale for $5, and so I don't know of anyone who actually pays the full retail price for Super Meat Boy. At least not yet. I know I didn't, but and I don't think I did in like either case because I have Meat Boy on Wii U and PC. But I think the only reason that the $10 doesn't bother me, like as far as this being a mobile game, is that I've never played a mobile game that feels like this much of an actual game. This is the only endless runner that I actually enjoy, and so for that reason, it just doesn't bother me because this feels like an actual like an actual experience, whereas anything else that I've ever downloaded and tried on an iPhone just doesn't feel like this. To me, that is what makes it worth the $10.
The sad
yeah, it
truth of it
definitely
all is
does.
people are going to bitch because they have been churned and forced to like free to play for the last 10 years now. And that sucks.
It's
so bad.
terrible. And
Yeah, that one guy that you took a screen cap of on Twitter made me cringe so hard.
which guy was that?
Maybe I thought it was you, like the guy who was complaining about the fact that he couldn't believe that 90% of other games like are completely given to him for free, but this one he had to pay for because it's a travesty that games cost money.
Yeah, well, there was one guy I like retweeted, and he was upset about the fact that everybody was retweeting this particular tweet, but he was talking about how like his 7-year-old kid was playing Super Mario World or something like that, or maybe it was Mario Brothers. I don't remember. But
Yeah,
it was
it was
like
Mario Brothers. I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
one of the early Mario games, and he was like talking about like going down like one of the pipes into like one of the other levels, and like the kid was asking like if you have to pay money for that. Probably because kids are growing up today playing all of these free-to-play microtransaction mobile games, and they're like being conditioned to think that for any video game content, you automatically are going to have to pay like a few bucks for it or something, like or for like certain items, like you probably have to pay like $1 or $2, and it's just or in some cases, like there's some games out there that have like $13 items and crazy crap like that. And I just think that's so terrible and awful. And this guy was trying to point out that like, his 7-year-old has also said a lot of good things about gaming that a lot of people don't really retweet or pay attention to. But I mean, regardless, like that's always been the thing that bothers me is that I know that, I have a 10-year-old in my apartment, and it's the same sort of thing. Like he's playing all these iPad games and stuff like that. And it's a little easier for him because he regularly plays like both Xbox and stuff on the iPad, and he enjoys them both, and he kind of knows how both of them generally will work. like with whether you're talking about like microtransaction stuff versus more traditional AAA hardcore gaming stuff. And so he kind of knows the difference, but a lot of kids don't. A lot of kids, their parents just throw an iPad in their hands, and then like they just grow up thinking that, oh, this is how video games are. And I'm so pissed off about it, frankly. Like, I'm so like, ugh, that's just so repulsive to me.
Yeah, it scares me a little bit
It's
too.
just a new change in the market, and I think it's kind of hard to tell if this is a good or a bad thing, because this is still kind of a new type of way of experiencing how to pay for games. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it's kind of ridiculous that people think they should be getting their phone games for free all 100% of the time.
Yeah, or just games in general. I mean, people seem to just be pissed off about paying for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing, this is kind of skewing us a little bit here, and I know I'm gonna upset both of you saying this, but I don't think the release of Super Mario Run did absolutely anything to inflict Mario back into people's homes. With 50 million downloads, and there only being 1 to 2% buying them, those are just the dedicated fans. Like, I don't see this doing literally anything, and what worries me is the fact that it's not on Android yet, and it was $10, and there's basically online DRM in there. Like, that could not have been botched any worse. But then Nintendo, being dumbass Nintendo at times, walks in and finds a way to screw it up. Like, Mario on mobile should have just instantly been just the most killer thing of 2016. And by killer thing, I don't mean all the people who died. But seriously, like, goddamn. Just goddamn it, Nintendo.
I don't really think it's that bad, but maybe that's just because I'm, like you said, I'm a developer and I have a different perspective, but I really don't think it's that bad.
It's not like, okay, like any one of these things on their own wouldn't have been a big deal for me, but it's the fact that it didn't get released on Android, it's $10, and you always have to be online. Like, all three of those, that's how you screw up a mobile game success. You throw all that bullshit in there, and it just ruins it.
So,
I'm like, Nintendo, you always find a way.
Let's
you
talk
always
about
find a way.
the conversion
God damn
rate for a second.
I'm going to shut up now.
The conversion rate of 1 to 2% is really not that bad. And but the thing is articles were putting a negative light on this when it was 8%. So like the first like 3 or 4 days when all of the hardcore players were like buying it, and it was making a lot of money in its first few days, people were still saying, oh, 8% is terrible and blah, 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 blah. But what you have to understand is that when you download the game, you're getting a demo, and the conversion rate of a demo to who actually buys a game, 8% is actually an extremely strong conversion rate. And then 1 to 2% is a little closer to what normal games expect, which kind of points you in the direction of, okay, well, just because this is Mario, it's not special. But a lot of people don't really know how marketing works, in the sense that like when they see 1 to 2%, they think that's really awful. But if you compare that rate to other games, like versus as far as like who downloads the demo and then buys the game, it's a very similar rate. So nothing about that is abysmal to me.
Well, what I was trying to make a point of is 2% of 50 million people, that's 1 million. So that to me, that's just the people who are dedicated Mario fans already. Like, this isn't putting Mario into daily lives of people.
Right.
They probably downloaded this for 1 week, tried it out, and were like, oh, okay, I don't want to pay $10 for this.
Sure.
And that was that. And that's what's so upsetting to me, because like we all know, I mean, what I think of Mario nowadays, I still think he's a dying franchise. And even though he had 50 million downloads, like people don't think highly enough of Mario to pay $10 for him or more, like on a dedicated console. And I'm really, really happy that he got 50 million downloads. But like, this was just so cut and dry, like the easiest thing to possibly do. And they screwed it up. And it just makes me sad. Like, the game itself is good, but there's elements of it that piss me off and don't make me want to buy it. And
you know what they can do now, though? Now that they have that amount of revenue, they can take some of that and they can put it aside and they can invest it in other projects, and then they can take a chunk of it, like maybe like $1 million of it, and then reinvest it into the game. And then you could start adding features to Mario Run. Because I think this was a very experimental thing for Nintendo. I honestly don't think they were expecting this to go much farther or maybe as far as it did. And I've heard like, okay, yeah, they were expecting much higher numbers, but Nintendo always expects these really weird figures that don't really make any sense. I think that realistically this performed about as well as I wouldn't have really expected this to perform better than it already has, and it still hasn't come out on Android. I think when it hits Android, you'll see some additional money come in, but I think it would be really smart if they were to take the money it's already made and reinvest it, and then add some more in, so that you're getting even more than you already are for that $10, and then you can still keep the price, and then maybe add like find a way of like adding a level editor, which would be amazing. And then maybe add, like some other stuff in like the single player, and maybe that real-time multiplayer option, and then it'd be like amazing.
Yeah,
and I think they could get that done for $1 million budget.
All of these things, real-time multiplayer is kind of a must with this game. It'd be so easy to do. And then, I mean, on there and not on mine, I don't know shit about game code, but having that and having a level creator, that'd be great. I mean, I would just cut the kingdom builder and just give me a level creator. That would be much more interesting and entertaining.
It'd be fun
for that money.
Yeah.
But
you don't like planting flowers or planting mushrooms? It's so much fun.
Oh, I love it. I love it just as much as taping my microphone USB cord to my urethra. It's just that fun.
I know. It's my favorite thing to do.
I really don't know how my mind immediately went there, but I did.
I'm not even going to ask.
I'm just kind of used to it with you, Jacob.
Yeah, it's a problem. I have a problem. But I've pretty much exhausted my opinions on Mario Run. I still like the game. I know I got real heated. I still like the game, though. It is fun, but Nintendo was Nintendo with it, and that's quite annoying. And it scares me a tad for the Switch. I mean, I would rather them put all their resources and good thoughts into the Switch rather than Mario Run. But I mean, we'll see. What are we now? Like 11 days from that? Are you guys excited?
I am freaking pumped.
I am so pumped.
I am so hyped.
See, like, I want to be excited. Like, I want to be more excited for it, but I'm just so afraid Nintendo is gonna do something stupid.
But I'm
just be like, actually, the screen is only 540p. We just couldn't. We couldn't do it.
I highly doubt it.
We settled for 200
that.
frames per second on the newest version of Minecraft, but we had to scrap it down to 540p, guys. I'm sorry, but it's the future. Don't worry, VR is gonna look real freaking great in it. Don't you worry about that.
And another thing is I'm super hyped, but I also don't really have that many negative things to say about Mario Run. I actually just really like it, so I'm just all positivity.
It is fun. Like, it is honestly a very fun, engaging game, and I'm very happy it came out. There's just some stuff about it that is just very annoying. It's how I felt about Star Fox Zero and pretty much every other Nintendo game that released this year. I was like, God, this is so fun, but I hate your guts, Nintendo, and you can die. Beer this. but yeah. So, yeah. The two games that I was easily the most pleased with on the Wii U this year have been Paper Mario Color Splash and Shantae Half Genie Hero. But I've been talking a lot. I'm going to let my voice rest. I'm going to let you guys talk before I start blabbering about how much I love Shantae. What other like games did you guys play the last couple weeks?
I actually haven't been gaming that much. I've been working on videos like crazy, and I played Mario Run, of course, when it first came out. But aside from that, I have not really been gaming that much.
Yeah, me neither. I've been working a lot as well, of course. So when you're a YouTuber and you're a game developer, ironically, you just don't really play games that much because you're either building a game or you're making videos about games. So
you're telling me that you working a full-time job, developing a game on the side, and making YouTube content doesn't leave you enough time to make stuff? Huh?
To make gaming stuff. Well, to make gaming videos or to play games. Yeah.
I wish some people would just let me go on that, because having a full-time job and running a YouTube channel is hard as shit.
Man.
So that'd be great. It'd be real great.
You know what I have been doing though? I've been jamming a lot of like soundtracks to games while I've been working, and that Doom soundtrack, I like it. I like
the new one?
Yeah,
it's good.
The 2016 Doom.
Please play the new
soundtrack
Doom.
is amazing, dude.
It's so good.
So good.
Oh. Now, just imagine how excited you're going to be when you actually get to play the game.
I know. I need to play.
Oh, you feel so invincible! Like, oh my god, good luck, Doom! I'm getting really into this episode because I'm drinking Dr. Pepper currently. It's a very exciting time.
I'm still pretty chill, but like I have this coffee, but coffee doesn't really do anything to me.
See, I have to make sure I'm even more excited right now, and I'm projecting myself even more because both of you guys are being dry and lifeless.
Hey, I am not.
Hey, was that
I'll tell you
emotion,
what.
Nathaniel? Was that emotion I heard?
Yes, it was emotion.
That's awesome.
Nathaniel's the life of the party.
Guess what? I have an announcement, guys.
Yeah, what's up?
I figured I'd share it since we're all talking about things we're excited about. So I've been talking to Nintendo, and apparently I'm going to get a formal invite to see the Switch early.
Oh, dude, that's sweet.
Wow.
I'm really excited about that. I'm pretty sure it's a media pass, but I don't know like where it'll be, because Nintendo, I don't know if anyone knows this, but what they're going to do after the Switch presentation on the 12th of January is for 3 weekends, one in January, one February, one March. They're going to be showcasing the Switch in select cities. The first one in January is going to be in New York. Friday and Saturday are media days, and Sunday is a public day, so people in public can play the Switch early. And then February, it's going to be DC. That's what I'm going to try to go to. And then March will be LA, California. So I'm super excited for that.
No love for Houston, Texas.
I know, yeah. Where's the no Texas at all?
See, that's how I used to feel in Indiana. Like, we got nothing even close to where I was at. But now that I live in Pennsylvania, it's so much more open. Like, I am actually in a moderately close location compared to like New York or DC. So I mean, I can actually maybe go to some of these things. I mean, not right now because I'm still busy as shit, but eventually. But no, dude, that's hype. That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
That is awesome.
I'm so pumped. I just really hope I don't have to go to New York, because like I could do that, but that'd be a long ass drive from where I live. It'd be like 20 hours, but I would do it. It'd be worth it.
Well, yeah, you're only a couple hours from DC, right? I mean, you could. I would just wait if I were you, instead of dealing with all the New York traffic. I mean, that's going to be insane.
Well, I don't know how their passes are going to work. I don't know if this media badge will be you can go to any city or you can go to a select city. I don't know yet. So hopefully I can go to any city, because that would be convenient. And,
well, whenever you go there for me, I need you to berate every single Nintendo representative there and tell them Jacob Albrand wants Diddy Kong Racing 2.
Dude, I'm gonna go to Reggie and be like, make DKR 2, and then just run away.
I'm gonna do. Stand your ground. I need everyone to know how serious I am about this. Nathaniel, for me.
So
I'm gonna do it. I promise.
I've already told both of you guys that if we don't get DKR2 sometime in the near future, that when I'm done with the current game I'm working on, I will build an open world kart racer so that it can be a spiritual successor to Diddy Kong Racing. We can do that together, but chances are we're not going to get DKR2. But that being said,
we're never getting it.
I absolutely think that Nathaniel should track down Reggie and barrage him with requests for DKR2 and, of course, Mother 3, which is just obligatory, really.
Not just Reggie, though. I mean every Nintendo representative.
Well,
I need you to become me.
Except
one
like
day.
You don't want him to like go bug the retail store employees though, because they're not gonna be able to do anything.
I don't care.
I will talk to Reggie, Bill, and Miyamoto. All three of them.
You hit every
tell them
level
all.
of that totem pole of Nintendo employees, and you tell them that Indy Jacob needs his fix of Diddy and monkeys.
Well, that's even if I don't even know if they're gonna be there. They might only be at like one of the events, and that's it.
They probably won't,
New
because I
York
know that they listen to this, so they're probably not going to come now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
If they are going to be at any of them, though, it'd probably only be NYC. If they're doing it in NYC. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I mean, the Nintendo store is there
exactly.
too, so it makes sense for them to go to that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of started this topic about recent games. I've been playing a lot of Shantae Half Genie Hero lately, and damn, it is so good. I'm really upset that I never actually backed that Kickstarter. I think that Kickstarter happened before Kickstarter kind of blew up and became more of a normal thing. But God, oh man, dude, have you guys ever played any of the Shantae games, or am I alone on this yet again? Because that happens a lot on this show.
I have not tried it. I've always wanted to try it, just never gotten around to doing it.
I'm going to be honest with you, Jacob. I looked at some of like I think I watched like some trailers for one of those games, and I said to myself, this does not look good, and I decided not to play it.
I know. I honestly had the same reaction. I remember back whenever Risky's Revenge was going to come out, back in like 2010. I remember I had the same reaction, and then whenever Pirates Curse, the trailer for that one released in, what was that, 2014, I kind of thought the same thing. So I actually didn't buy it until it went on sale for, I think it was $10, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna dip my toe in the water because I like Way Forward a lot as a developer. Everything else that they've ever made, I have liked, but that one game series, which is like their most famous, I just never seemed that interested in. But the second I played Pirate's Curse, I mean, oh my god, I'm so hooked on it. And then I got so excited for Half Genie Hero, and it is one of the most beautiful. I can't stop stuttering. One of the most beautiful like 2D platformers I've ever played. It is so well done, and it makes me yearn for the days that we got hand drawn 2D animation in games instead of just 3D models for absolutely everything or just pixel art. Like, dude, it looks good. The only annoyance I have with those games is there's just a lot of boob in them. There's a lot.
But that
like
sells.
I know it's kind of, they kind of do it like to make fun of the maturity of the gaming industry, like as a joke. But there's a lot.
Yeah, that's what sells, man. It's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, and their jiggle physics department, it got their handiwork cut out for them with this one too. So
I wonder if it was like a Kickstarter perk.
I'm sure it was a
jiggle
Kickstarter
physics.
And again, I know Way Forward kind of just do it as a joke, but damn, like it's so much fun. Like the exploration's fun. Like the fast and fluidity of the combat and the platforming and exploration is so much fun. I actually don't mind the backtracking because it makes it feel more like a connected world, and I'm not just going from level to level. That was something I loved about Pirates Curse, and that's something I'm loving about Half Genie Hero. If you have any modern console or a PC, like, please pick this game up. It's only, I think it's like $20 to download it, $30 to buy a physical copy. And I tweeted this when it came out, and I was very proud of this tweet, so I'm going to say it again because I thought it was clever and I enjoyed it. But whenever I picked up my copy of Shantae Half Genie Hero, I was not treated to a forced installation of the game or online DRM or any of that bullshit. I got a physical copy, I got an actual goddamn manual, and I got a soundtrack with my copy of the game. So that was great.
Okay, there's one problem. How much did you say that game costs?
$30.
30, dude. People won't pay $10. Are you kidding me? It's not gonna happen. No one will pay that. $30. That's too much.
I know, it's too much. It should be free. I mean, I don't know why I'm gushing about it because it's not a free game. Damn it.
I know. At the minimum, like 5 cents.
Yeah.
I'll throw a nickel at them, maybe.
Because games aren't worth more than a cent. So they're just
really.
getting greedy. They're just greedy sons of bitches, and I shouldn't even be supporting them.
God.
I don't have any problem with it being $30 as long as the $30 is spent
Neither do I. I was
gold
just kidding.
coins inside the game. So as long as there's something in the game that I can spend $30 on, that's what I care about. $30 for the game itself, never.
I paid $10 only to see Shantae dance. Just $10 for that. Yeah. I paid another $20 just to see the boob physics.
Straight up.
What a deal.
Worth it.
Hashtag worth it. That's how you have to say it. Add the hashtag.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to say hashtag worth it. I have to put exclamation points in the title of this video. And it's going to be called, like, Jacob paid $20 for Shantae boobs? Question mark, exclamation point. Hashtag Shantae boobs.
Wow.
I've had a lot of caffeine.
Jacob, didn't you say that you're
title.
planning on just going like way more clickbaity for science with our video
it's
titles?
All for science.
All for science.
Science. If you got what I was referencing,
Science,
put it in the comments below.
And they call him the Doomslayer.
Oh my god. What?
No, it's from the Doom soundtrack.
Whatever. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is more. I was referencing you doing that with your voice. We need more of that on the show. Where's that voice been at?
I am a demon.
You're gonna from now on. We're gonna coin that character as the DRM Slayer, and you're only going to appear every
DRM
now.
Slayer.
You're only going to appear every now and then on the Digicast when I call you.
So is everyone going to be really upset if I put DRM or anti-piracy measures into my game whenever I make mine and I release it?
Please do that. I want you to do that. Like, seriously.
Why?
Can I just, like, throw nickels and quarters at you?
You can't play my game unless you have FiOS 150 megabits per second internet. Because it's for piracy,
Yep.
guys. It's for piracy. I
Only
swear.
for the elites. That's
Yeah.
right.
It's only for the
Top
Trumps of the world.
1.1%.
If you put DRM into your game, the pirates will still find a way around. I am
Hashtag true story.
the DRM Slayer.
Oh my god. Oh, now I wish so badly. I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna make a fun video of that sometime with Darksiders music. That is so perfect. Oh my sweet Jesus Lord Christ. I'm gonna give you a second to breathe there. And
It is really difficult to keep doing that for like several
I bet it
sustained.
is.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I absolutely bet it is. Well, before we go to questions, oh burp, ew, that was gross. And before we go to questions, I did want to talk about one quick thing because I just think this is funny. How this is like the 4th time I've seen the same type of article appear in the last like 5 years. But apparently Nintendo filed a trademark application for Eternal Darkness. Oh guys, they might be releasing the game. That's what I would have said 4 years ago. But I've literally seen the same exact article in 2015, 2013, 2014, 2012.
You know, they could just be retweeting the same one from 2010.
They
You have
might
to
as
check the
well.
date.
Like almost all the articles
Yeah.
I've seen use the same picture, the same type of title. Like this is not going to happen. It's not. And as much as that kills me to say that, because I always seem to like the games that will never get re-released. Like I like Diddy Kong Racing. I like Sonic 3. I like Eternal Darkness. Like why do I do this to myself? Why can't I just like something like Super Mario Brothers that gets friggin' released on 50,000 things?
Well, you do like Super Mario Brothers. I mean, it's not like you don't.
I do, but I just really wish they'd add a function where I could just pay to go down the warp pipe.
Does the warp pipe cost money?
I wish they'd modernize it.
Dad, does the warp pipe cost money?
No, it is free.
Jesus. Oh yeah, but anyway, Eternal Darkness is a great game. Hopefully the spiritual successor called Shadow of the Eternals actually happens. It's probably not because there were some problems with the development team. I don't want to go into detail with that because we'd be here for a while. But hopefully GameCube Virtual Console is actually a thing on the Switch. Hopefully this thing actually gets to see the light of day, or they do a re-release or a remaster of it, because this game is so horrendous to look at, but it is so much fun to play, and this game could very adequately benefit from a remaster. Even if it's just an
I'd
upscale with lighting fixes and some texture work, and they don't actually do remodeling of things, it would still benefit so much. So yeah,
I'd honestly be surprised if Switch doesn't get GameCube Virtual Console, because I mean that console is considered retro now. I mean, it came out 2001. That's 2017. That's 16 years ago. That's pretty darn old. So, like, seriously, I'd be very surprised if we don't start the Switch with Melee on GameCube Virtual Console, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine, maybe Double Dash if we're lucky, Monkey Ball 1 or 2, you know, things along the lines of that. Like, if we don't get that, like, I would honestly be surprised.
yeah, I don't think that we have to worry because they do have analog triggers now on the Switch, so I would be very, very stunned if they didn't have it, because I honestly do believe that is one of the, like, that is the reason why we didn't get it on the Wii U. Like, that's probably the main reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even though they could have just patched in GameCube controller support, I think Nintendo probably just didn't want to deal with it. The market just probably wasn't there because like 13 million people own a Wii U, so. Yeah.
Imagine Melee on the go, dude. That just sounds like heaven.
See,
for
like,
Melee
I
players.
just don't. I lost the
I
appeal of
love
Melee
Melee.
after the Wii U one came out, and I know that is not a popular opinion to have at all, but I have it, and I have the DRM Slayer to back me up, so you can't say shit to me.
Whatever. I mean, they're both good. I just like the fast-pacedness
Silence.
of Melee.
You shall not speak to Jacob that way.
I do what I want, boy.
I still like
You wanna
Melee. I
fight?
just do like the combat of the Wii U more. But I just want adventure mode back. That is the one thing that Melee has done that nothing else has even come close to doing so perfectly. Oh, I miss that. I miss it.
Alls I care about you two is Pikmin 3. I'm just kidding. I don't really care
Don't you
about
mean
Pikmin
4?
3 that much. If they're actually going to do 4, then yeah, I mean, that'd be cool.
They're gonna do 4.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
But don't you like the 2D side-scrolling Pikmin game,
No,
Scott?
I don't. No, I don't.
But isn't that the same thing?
No one asked for that, and no one wants that.
Just,
Hey, I asked for it.
Okay.
I want everything to be a 2D platformer.
Well,
yeah, like Chibi Robo Ziplash. Oh my god, that game exists.
that game got really bad reception.
Yeah, dude, it's already $10 at GameStop. GameStop.
$10.
But I did get the amiibo. The amiibo is awesome.
Yeah,
I love the
$10
little
is.
chibi amiibo.
You could spend $10 on that or Mario Run. I mean, what's gonna be your choice, guys? It's so obvious.
I spent $10 on Mario Run, so I already know what my choice is.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, me too. But it's okay.
I think I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for questions.
Yeah, we got to do a break though first, right? And go to that music that's like
Commercial break. Shout outs to Andrew.
Actually, if you could just hum that, I'm just gonna use that for the music this time.
No, that is not going to work.
Oh,
No,
okay.
don't do that.
I already forgot the rest of it. All right, and we're back. We'll talk about this thing that's from, I'll just read it. He says, "Hey guys, it's Tucker." Hi, Tucker.
Hi, Tucker.
I've actually been watching all the Digicasts, but haven't had a chance to put a question on until now. I just wanted to know what your favorite 3D Mario level is and why.
Oh, yeah. I remember we wanted to save this one because we wanted Nathaniel to be on, because that would be really mean to answer this and not give him a chance, because
This is
he
like,
is quite literally like the biggest Mario fan I've ever seen in my
he
life.
was born to answer this question.
He was born
Yeah.
to answer this
Question.
I'm gonna let you go first.
My 3D level. Oh, gosh, that's really hard to answer because like there's a lot of games I have to think about.
You mean it's not the first level of Super Mario 3D Land? Haha.
That level sucks ass.
Nathaniel could probably give you his top 10 favorite 3D Mario levels.
I could. Well, I've done top 10s on what I think the most unique worlds are in Mario 3D World, Mario Galaxy 1, and Mario Galaxy 2. But I have to pick one
Plug.
out of all that. Yes, and Mario 64, of course. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna have to go with Delfino or Delfino Plaza. I know it's not technically a level, but still, like that whole place, it's just like really, really special to me. I mean, like Mario Sunshine, I mean, I know we've talked about this 1,000 times, but it's just one of those games that no one really expected. You know, Mario was going on vacation. That's the story. Now, vacation's over. He's at the place where he was just going to be relaxing. Now he's got to clean up a bunch of gunk. And then basically you just clean up Delfino Plaza by collecting stars. And of course, there's things you can do in the hub world itself. Like there's the big sun stars where you have to squirt your water and get all the gunk off of that. And like the hub world just has like so much within it. You can go inside. You can go like underground. You can go really high in the air. There's a lot of secret areas you can go to. It's just like really, really cool. So I guess I'd say that's my favorite 3D Mario level.
See, I was going
I love
to
a lot
be
of
kind
them.
of cliche and say Bomb on Battlefield, but
That's a good one too.
But the
Yeah.
more you sat and described Delfino Plaza, really makes me want to stop recording and go play. So I'm gonna go with that one. 'Cause it's so fun. Like I remember the first time I
great.
finally got free reign with Yoshi in a Mario game, and it was that, and I was freaking out. Oh man.
And I didn't even describe everything. I mean, of course, there's the side missions where you got to get the blue coins by giving the ladies the fruits, and then of course, like you said, there's Yoshi. You can figure out how he works, and
Yeah,
then
just the
you
amount
can
of
test
running
out all the
around
different
doing
nozzles. Yeah,
Like it's
and the
so
music
many
is
times.
just like so relaxing too.
Yeah, the music is my favorite part about that whole experience. I mean, it almost is like just a few levels rolled into one, because you have chase missions, you have Yoshi missions, you have missions where you have to find secret portals and levels inside of it, and then you can I mean, it's just like a giant. I'm not gonna say sandbox, but it's just like a giant little world that you just get to roam around in. There's so many things to do in Delfino Plaza. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it is lots of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That's a fun level. Either that or Bomb on Battlefield. Just because Bomb on Battlefield was kind of the introduction into Mario in the third dimension. Like, it was the first level that we were like, okay, this is what they're going for. Like, this is what 3D is. And it's just, it's a very smart, like a very well-designed level, kind of like the first level of Mega Man X. I'm sure you guys have seen Aaron Hansen.
Who hasn't seen it?
Yeah, Eagle Raptor's like video about it. Like, it is one of the smartest levels ever designed. I mean, that's kind of the same way I feel about Bomb on Battlefield. But I would have to say, in terms of fun, probably Delfino Plaza, just for the reasons you explained.
And what about you, Scott?
I have not played enough of the newer Mario games, especially like Galaxy. But if I had to pick one off of what I've played, and this could change at any time, and it probably will, because I know I'm going to play lots of Mario into the future. But currently, it would probably be the what do you call it? The Road to Bowser level in Mario 64, or Koopa's Road, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Koopa's Road.
Yeah, probably that one.
Which one?
Like the actual the first one. And honestly, it's really dumb.
Okay.
The only reason that's my favorite right now is because of that music.
Oh, the music.
I play that music
so
on loop.
good.
It's so epic sounding. I don't know what it is, but
It's great.
yeah.
Yeah, that game, like, when you first encounter Bowser for the first time, that music just, like, sets the mood. You're just like, oh, shit, things are about to get real.
Yeah, exactly. So
Because it starts off, like, it's really high, and then it gets low, and then it slowly, very slowly, like, just builds up. And then you're just, like, going across all these obstacles that are going to be probably challenging the first time you're playing through. It's so great.
I really like hearing you talk about 3D Mario. Like, you get so excited.
I talk about it a lot.
Like it.
yeah.
Dude, I've been talking about it for years.
Oh yeah,
So,
dude. By the way, I finally got to watch your last Impact video. Yeah, it was fun. I definitely want to play that.
Oh, thanks.
Like, really bad because of the Ocarina of Time elements you were talking about. I totally saw what you were talking about.
The first half of that game is great. The second half, not so much. You probably won't. I'd at least play the first like 50, 60 stars. You'll enjoy that.
Cool. Well, let's see here. We got another one from Dean. Thanks, Dean, regular listener here. Do you think it is good that developers are focusing more on story, or do you think they should just focus on gameplay? Personally, I like getting a story as long as it's good. Just give me more of a reason to finish it. Oh man, I've seen this kind of burn me before. Paper Mario Sticker Star, but I think that I really don't know because it depends on which franchise we're talking about. Because if we're talking about Mario, I do care a little bit more about gameplay, but I do want a little bit of story in there depending on which Mario franchise it is.
Yeah, that's I'll be quick. I'm sure Scott has a lot to say. For me, it's a very this is a very subjective answer. I'm gonna have to go with gameplay because that's how I started with games. My first game were like Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, Sonic the Hedgehog, things like that, where story wasn't a huge part of the deal. Like, I still care about story, but I would rather play a game that's more gameplay focused than story focused. But that's just me. Some people prefer story, but when I think story, I think movie. So if I want a story, I'll just watch a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna change
but
my
that's
answer
just
to
me.
gameplay
Some
too,
people love-
because I don't want to play nothing but Life is Strange. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's all right. I was pretty much done. So, yeah.
I think it just depends on the game. Like, some games, they are all about gameplay. Like the game that I'm building right now, or pretty much most real-time strategy games, are all gameplay, right? And there's no way that you can make a story out of something like Tetris, although they are going to make a movie trilogy about it, aren't they?
Yes.
And so, a lot of games, it just depends on what the design is that determines whether or not you can do story. Now, on the other hand, a game like Half-Life 2, or one of my favorite games of all time, which is Free Space 2, where you're just kind of thrown into the middle of these grand elements, and maybe you have minimalistic mechanics, and there's a lot that you're kind of guided through as a narrative, then story works really, really well in that case. But I don't think it's a clear Like when you go and you make a game, that's not really a question you should focus on. I don't think the question you should focus on is what kind of experience do I want someone to have, and then what accomplishes that. Does gameplay accomplish that? And if so, like what's the design? Or if this design lends itself to a story, then maybe we can write a story around it. But I think like you guys are kind of naturally like leaning toward what it really is all about, which is gameplay at the end of the day. Like you're either able to attach story as kind of a like an icing on the cake, but you're never able to like as Nathaniel said, like you can't really have like just a story driving most of whatever your game is, because yeah, like then it just turns into a movie or in some cases even like a book or something. Like
Yeah, I mean, if story is going to be in a game, it has to make it more fun. If it doesn't make it more fun and it just kind of drags on, then it wasn't worth adding.
Yeah.
And some games do that well, like The Last of Us. That game is fun gameplay wise, but the story makes it like 1,000 times better.
Yeah, it lives on it. Its gameplay lives on the back of its story, like for sure.
right.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about Gone Home. Also, someone said something about like the story makes it better. The story of Gone Home, I don't know if you guys have played that or not. That made that game more fun to play because the more things you found, it just enhanced the story even further. So like you use the gameplay mechanics to look for elements that furthered the storyline, but I really just wanted to know more about the story. So the gameplay was just pretty like basic, like it's just first person, exploration, looking around. But the story was what like made that game for me.
Yeah, and like Mario, Mario's never going to have that much of a story because the only story it needs is the one it already has, which is super simple, right? And like everything else is just an excuse for the gameplay. So, yeah, Good question. I liked it.
Well, let's cram in 2 more questions here, and then we'll save this other one for next time. What is your favorite 3DS game or games, and which would you keep if you could only keep one, 3DS or Wii U? 3DS, for sure.
Yeah, well, now I would say 3DS. If I could go back and start over, I would just buy a 3DS instead of a Wii U. Maybe.
Yeah. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
3DS games, my favorites are Link Between Worlds, definitely. I want to say Ocarina of Time 3D, but at the same time, it's a remake, so I kind of don't. But man, it's so good. And then probably either Hyrule Warriors Legends or Kid Icarus Uprising.
And, I honestly can't think of anything that I would be okay with not playing on the 3DS. I mean, I kind of like 3D Land, but not really. Mario Kart 7 was just all right. It was missing a lot of key features. And then I can't even think of like anything else that sticks in my mind, but I also haven't played that much 3DS.
Honestly, dude, as a big Mario fan like you are, I would be very disappointed in the 3DS. That is the one franchise it really lacks. I mean, Paper Mario Sticker Star was a heaping wad of baby dumpster trash, and Mario Tennis Open was kind of mediocre. Mario Golf World Tour was okay. It wasn't bad. New Super Mario Bros. 2 is I don't need to say anything. Mario 3D
Remember,
Land.
I gave you that game.
What?
I remember I gave you that game a couple years ago.
Yeah, you did.
Like
you sold it to me for
something.
whatever it cost you to ship it, and then I 100% it, and then I sold it, and that was that. And I don't even remember anything about it.
Man, I had to rebuy it for a video a couple months ago. I was so mad.
Oh man. I wish I kept my copy.
like,
Now I could have just shipped it back to you.
It's no big deal.
Yeah, man. It was barely worth the shipping cost.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'm really happy I didn't buy that game when it first came out. Mario 3D Land, like, it was, I don't know. I mean, Mario Kart 7 was fun. It was a good like portable Mario Kart game, but like you said, it was missing features. Mario Kart 8's just better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it was weird. Like Mario Kart 7 didn't have just like a normal versus mode, which
I know.
do not understand. That made no sense. Like the only way you could play tracks was to do Grand Prix or to do time trial.
Yeah, just a lot of the Mario games just felt really simple and basic and empty. That's a good way to describe it for me. The same with the Mario Party games that were on the 3DS too. So
Ugh,
I don't know.
those are trash.
Ironically, one of the most fun Mario games on the 3DS, I think, for me, is Puzzle and Dragons Mario Brothers Edition, because it's just so different, and I like Mario in an RPG setting a lot.
I don't even play 3DS really, so I can't really.
I really don't play it that much either. Yeah.
All right. Well, last question then. This is it. This is the big one. What are your guys' New Year's resolutions?
Okay, I guess I'll start then. So, I used to do New Year's resolutions a long time ago, but the past few years, I've realized if I want to set my mind to do something, why the hell do I have to wait until New Year's to do it? Like, if you want to set your mind, if you want to do something, if you want to accomplish a goal, do it now.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, I know it's a meme, but it's seriously, just do it now if you have a goal. But one thing I have been working towards is making this whole YouTube thing a full-time job after college, which could potentially happen still. I'm still working towards that, but that's not technically a New Year's resolution because I've been working on that for a long time now.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my answer, really.
Yeah, for me, I think a few of the ones that I set out to do are, I want the game that I'm creating to have a fully playable alpha. I'll probably be doing a Kickstarter campaign later in the year. And what else did I say I was going to do? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Jacob and Nathaniel will get to play an early version of my game. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to.
Well, for me, a few personal, I guess, resolutions are going to be continue to learn and study a lot more about business and marketing, just kind of for my own reasons to continue to get better at my job, maybe own my own business someday, something like that. But then I guess on the YouTube side of things, I'm really thinking more and more about quitting Digicast and going and making my own movie reviewing channel. I think I might do that this year. Yeah. I want to kind of go back and make stuff I know people liked my channel originally for. A lot of people seem to be liking the commentary videos and the first Indie Jacob videos. If you haven't watched those, please go check those out. I'd had a lot of fun making them, and if you liked them, click the like button and share, please.
Don't smash that like button. He needs at least 100 likes on each video, if not 200. Make it happen.
I need a solid 3.89 likes per view. Thanks.
That actually worked. So in case any of you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, I made this really stupid, the knife video thing.
I finally did watch a couple of those, by the way. I genuinely had no idea what it was until I just finally got on YouTube and looked, and I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. And then I saw your video, and I was like, this is so well done. Yes, more.
Well, what's funny is I made the parody, and in the middle of the video, I was like, all right, let's make a joke about getting a bunch of likes. So I was like, come on, guys, let's get 3.8 likes. And now that video has 2,000 likes, and I never get that many likes on a video. So actually being overdramatic works. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh.
I just thought it was really funny.
Let's just hope that 2017 as a whole doesn't kill off many people that we love and adore.
Yeah.
I think this will be the year of everyone doing clickbait, basically.
Yeah.
Where it really, really begins.
I'm going to become a clickbait vlog channel now. It's the one thing I haven't tackled yet.
Jacob is pregnant? That's your first vlog.
You got to upload every day. Upload every day, Jacob. You got to get those daily active users. Don't ever stop recording. Don't ever stop editing. Don't ever stop uploading. You got to upload every single day.
And with that, we're done because I'm not hearing that shit anymore. All right, that was good. Unless you guys have more stuff to talk about, I'm good. That was a solid hour of entertainment. I felt that we came out with a bang this year. With a bang, we banged it. Where do you come from on the internet, Nathaniel?
If you look up Nathaniel Bandy, you will find a very bizarre, but maybe you'll enjoy it, Nintendo channel.
Yeah, you might even find a video about a cold knife that Nathaniel used to
-1,000 degrees experiments.
Yeah, he
don't try the experiments at home.
To slice up them sick ad revs.
Yes,
puns. Scott, tell us more about your game and where you can find it at.
I got the DRM Slayer stuck in my throat. ScottFreeCapital.com. You can find me on Twitter at ScottFreeCap and at Scott Lee. That's about it. I'm gonna eat some of these Nintendo mints.
Great. I am on Digicades. That's where you can find me at. Yeah.
And
all I got.
don't forget about the end card, because there's still 20 more seconds where people can click on boxes if they're on a supported mobile device, or if they're on like the PC or something. And
Scott, I think I need a DRM Slayer to handle this one.
The DRM Slayer shall speak over your end card for 20 seconds.
I don't feel safe. Where can I click? Tell me now.
Do not pirate.
Stop it.
Ah.
Stop. I don't know where to click. Bye. Oh, deadly. Okay, bye.